The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, calls for indigenous tribes in Nigeria to stand up against Funam jihad threat. We all are in this country called Nigeria. When Miyetti Allah formed a security outfit that comprises of over 1,410 people. Now, they are looking for either the chairman or president of the Miyetti Allah Association. They declared jihad threats in the whole of Nigeria, not only in the northeast, northwest, or north central, but they threatened the whole country that if they did not find their chairman, that Nigeria will never remain the same. As we are talking to you now, even their threat messages is out there on Twitter. X, formerly known as Twitter. No any security outfit have ever commented. The so-called Olumuyiwa Adejobi, which is a police spokesperson, nobody saw him anywhere to comment. But these people will be very, very fast to act when a single Igbo man made a very slighted mistake of a statement. And I ask again, where is the unity and where is the one Nigeria? The Funam have already issued a jihadist threat on the whole of Nigeria because of one man they are looking for. But the Biafrans have been burying their loved ones, innocent Biafrans, on daily basis, courtesy of the Nigerian security, massacring them, killing them at will. Nobody dares to talk anything. So these people now, they are the owners of Nigeria, while others are visitors. But the same visitors have already told you, please, we want to leave. Can you allow us to go? And you said no. I don't remember how they talk this Igbo adage. It's either you become cold or hot, because you cannot be hot and cold at the same time. The Biafra, the Igbo said, we are tired. We want to go. You said no. Yet, these same people, you have been treating them like animals. Chinaza Philip, Okoye, Michael, that the police around saying that the guy is the kidnapper that have been swapping Abuja. The cable I'm hearing or the information I'm getting from one source now told me that that young man was settled with 70 or was promised that they would pay him 70 million naira to accept that he is the kidnapper in Abuja. After the guy refused the offer, came out to the general public and tell people that I am not a kidnapper, but ordinarily a midnight robber. As I'm talking to you now, that young man has been pied. They have massacred they have killed him. Police in Abuja have killed Chinaza Philip Okoye Michael. He became corpse because he refused the offer to accept that the police have failed on their duty to protect lives and property in Nigeria, or the so-called FCT. Okay, the other day we heard that the killer of Nabeha, the daughter of that barrister Ariyo, have been nabbed. No picture or video whatsoever was seen on social media, or even on all these their brown envelope television houses. But an Igbo man who does nothing, or Igbo boy who does nothing, was busy paraded in all the whole social media, all the whole radio stations. He refused the offer of 70 million naira to stand as a kidnapper, and they killed him. They massacred him. They killed him. They sent him to an early grave simply because he refused to accept the offense that he never committed. What a world. Anyway, my wonderful people, now here I'm going to start my news. So like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to this channel for more and more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Stevie Man. I'm reporting live from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. Let us go there. This is IPOP press release published on the Biafra Post. If you want to read, go to www.biafrapost.com. You will see this news, read it the way you want it. But because My own understanding and yours might not be the same. But I tell you, based on the best of my knowledge, what it is. The global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by the great and the lion himself, leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is alarmed by the national jihad threats from Fulani nationalist movement, which is FUNAM. We call on the indigenous people in Nigeria to raise up and defend themselves against the Fulani jihadist movement. These people who are calling the Fulani jihadists, they are not Nigerians. The indigenous people of Nigeria, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, rise up, because Agwo or otherwise, you people will live to regret it to the end of life. No one has a monopoly of violence. In a viral message going around the social media, Fulani nationalist movement has issued a threat to launch a murderous jihadist against the citizens of the Middle Belt, Southeast, South-South, and the Southwest Nigeria in retaliation against the detention of their leader by the Nigerian government and her lawless DSS. We want to inform the FUNAM that they cannot threaten the indigenous Nigerians to silence. If they can threaten other nationalities to silence, definitely not Biafrans. Of course, we know what we are capable of doing. They should remember that they are not indigenous to Nigeria and can't use violence to terrorism or terrorism to conquer the indigenous people of Nigeria. They may have succeeded in some parts of Nigeria in the past, but not anymore. As for us Biafrans, they will never take any inch of our land. As long as IPOB and ESN are still around, we are ready to face them fire for fire and teeth for tat. The FUNAM should know how to address national issues without threatening all the ethnic groups. No tribe has a monopoly of violence. For the Fulani jihadist movement to threaten to unleash mayhem on other tribes in Nigeria over the arrest of their leader and any arrest of a Fulani shows their arrogance and superiority over the laws and constitution of the so-called contraction of a country called Nigeria. Fulanis have gotten away with all their violence, mass killings, and mass kidnappings in Nigeria. They have been emboldened by the Fulani government's funding and tax support from the Nigerian security agencies. The Nigerian security forces are busy disarming the defense of other nationalities so that they can defend themselves against the Fulani terrorists and jihadists invasion. Even as the people of Plateau State are being massacred, the compromised Nigerian military are busy going house to house, searching and taking away any form of defense from Plateau people and leaving them helpless to the marauding Fulanis. To massacre them, the tax support that Fulani terrorists enjoy from the Nigerian military and other security forces is what motivates them to kill and massacre with impunity. The tax support the Fulanis enjoy from the military is what motivated this latest threat to launch a national jihadist against indigenous peoples in Nigeria. We are waiting for them in Biafra land. If FUNAM have issues with the arrest and detention of their leader by the lawless DSS and the Nigerian government, they should face them legally and not to threaten war and jihad on other Nigerians. It is obvious that they are either working with the Nigerian government to launch the nationwide jihad they have been preparing since 2017. Maybe they have mobilized enough funds from kidnapping and ransom payments and have acquired sufficient arms and ammunition to launch their age-long agenda of jihad across the Niger. Their agenda is dead on arrival, according to this news. IPOB and ESN dares FUNAM terrorists and jihadist movement to launch their agenda and receive the shock of their lives. IPOB and ESN are ready to defend Biafra territories from terrorists and jihadists. IPOB is not begging Fulanis not to start their jihad, but they must be ready to finish what they start. IPOB calls on the federal government of Nigeria under Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, the state governors in the south and all the traditional southern organizations not to take the threats from Funam for granted. They should mobilize and arm their citizens to face the terrorists and jihadists whose agenda is to kill, dislodge, and take over the indigenous people's lands. This is not the time for politics, but the time to defend ourselves from Fulani conquest agendas. We equally call on the Nigerian security agencies to be responsible in discharging for their constitutional duties. They should arrest the Funam jihadists who have taken responsibility for the previous and current massacres in the Middle Belt and in other parts of Nigeria, and for their threats to launch a national jihad. The security agencies should do their job or stay neutral in the event the Funam carries out their threats to be treated by indigenous people of Nigeria as part of the jihadists. Once again, we are calling for renegotiation and division of Nigeria to avoid the impending implosion of the country. The indigenous people of Hausa, Oduduwa, and the Middle Belt should brace up and defend their territories. As for Biafran territory, it is a no-go area for any federalization conquest. Biafrans must volunteer information and support IPOB and ESN to defend our territory against jihadists and terrorist attacks that are about to happen. This message is coming from Comrade Imam Powerful, Media and Police Secretary for IPOB. This is where we are discharging the duties that we are being sent to do. So my wonderful people, now here we go take back break and I go hear my voice again when I come back. Help me like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos coming your way. Please, this threat shall not be taken lightly, but make sure every hands to be on deck to treat these unforeseen circumstances coming our ways. I'll be right back, my people. Kemesiano.